Hi, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us today. And we're excited to get started. Let's dive in. I'm going to hand things over to our presenter.
Great. Thank you so much, Jerica. Hello and welcome everyone to Payroll and HR Love Story between Greenshades and Acumatica. I'm Michael Halford. I'm a payroll account executive here with Greenshades. Been with the company around 2 years now. I've been working in the payroll and HR space for the past almost 5 years. And really what we're going to be talking about today is in this 30-minute webinar, we'll explore how Greenshades' in-house platform really pairs seamlessly with Acumatica to deliver flexibility, control, and compliance. Okay, so let's start talking about why we feel that Greenshades is the perfect partner for Acumatica. There are many different reasons here, but we kind of have it broken down into 5 major categories where we think we can help the most. So multi-entity payroll management, Greenshades is able to support unlimited EINs and workspaces at no additional costs. And then when we talk about flexibility for payroll, Greenshades actually provides an in-house payroll solution, giving you the flexibility to process payroll and pay your employees without having to worry about deadlines from us. For maintaining compliance, Greenshades offers a cloud-based platform, and it's always up to date with the latest regulations changes every time you log in. And for seamless payroll tax reporting, really, we feel that having a full payroll tax service integrated with your payroll solution that can handle all of your federal and state calculations using your payroll data is a really great way to solve that issue. And lastly, empowering your employees. Greenshades Online gives your employees a portal with a host of self-service options for managing their HR information, pay history, benefits, time and time off, and much more. So now moving into some more of the specifics here. So when we talk about in-house payroll, it really gives you the flexibility that you love. In-house payroll is going to offer your team unmatched control and flexibility for your processes. And it's also going to help save your team valuable time and resources. So for these kind of 3 key points here, looking at configurable payroll, that gives you the ability to manage complex payroll needs with unlimited payroll codes for any needs that you have, including EIN support if you have multiple locations or companies, making sure that you're having accurate processing across diverse pay structures, schedules, and multi-jurisdictional workforces. And then talking about enhanced flexibility, we help you leverage in-house your in-house team to handle payroll tasks efficiently while enjoying the freedom to run unlimited pay runs, multiple schedules, and off-cycle payments, all on your terms. And when we say all on your terms, what we're really talking about is we don't impose any deadlines on when you need to pay your payroll, when you need to submit your processing for payroll. That helps us get things done for you because it's all in-house. You maintain the control. It's not on us. And then talking about more control for cash flow, being able to control your payroll with the flexibility to configure your processes helps you control when you make payments to your employees without any imposed deadlines from your payroll partner. So you're actually leveraging your own funds in the best way possible to make sure that you have control over everything that you do.
Michael, I love that point about enhanced flexibility. You see a lot of outsourced providers that charge extra if you want to do extra pay runs. So it's nice to have that freedom to be able to process it on your own without having to reach out to another provider or pay extra fees.
Yeah, definitely. And then on top of that, once you get past that part of the process and you go to actually pay your employees, the difference between an outsourced payroll provider and an in-house like what we offer is the fact that with us, you don't need to have to pre-fund the payroll accounts or anything like that. So you're not impounding your funds for a certain number of days before your direct deposits go out to your employees. You have the most control over your finances, so you can use that extra time to invest your funds or pay payments where you need to, and then run your payroll when it's time to pay your employees.
Yeah. Great call out, Michael.
Thanks for the comments. So let's talk a little bit more about compliance. Really, we're talking about what you can count on with us. There's a lot of information here, but we're really breaking it down into these categories: payroll compliance, ACA compliance, year-end and payroll tax filing, paid sick leave, labor tracking, onboarding requirements. So there's a lot that goes into a lot of these subjects here, but really some of the key points is that when you're ensuring that your organization meets requirements such as the Affordable Care Act or ACA, being able to have automated eligibility tracking, reporting, and filings to avoid penalties is a big step. And being able to make sure that you have the peace of mind to know that you're offering benefits to the employees that you're required to offer benefits to, so you can avoid any fines or penalties. And then also being able to automate your federal, state, and local payroll tax calculations, as well as file your state and federal taxes and make the payments directly through your payroll platform through the tax service that we offer, helps you ensure accurate and timely compliance. And then the other things that we can do is help automate generation and electronic filing of W-2s, 1099s, and 1095Cs at year end, which I'm sure everybody is glad to see that we're over and done with now as we move into February. But that can really help alleviate a lot of time and stress on your team during a very busy time of the year. Then also maintaining compliance for varying state and local paid sick leave regulations by automating the accruals, tracking, and reporting during the payroll process just really takes time off of that task that you can dedicate to other more important things. And then we also, of course, help you meet all the labor law requirements by tracking the hours worked, tracking overtime, ensuring proper classification of employees, whether they're part-time or full-time, salaried or non-salaried or exempt, and making sure that everything's in the right place there so that you don't have to stress about any labor law requirements and and maintain that you're compliant. So one of the things that we're talking about with this love story is being in perfect harmony. So really what our goal is to help achieve seamless payroll and HR and tax reporting integration with an all-in-one solution that helps empower your organization to stay compliant and efficient. And really there's kind of three major pieces here that kind of fall into this. So talking about unified workforce management, being able to streamline payroll, HR, and tax processes in a single platform that helps reduce the complexity and make sure that you're accurate and you don't have any data entry errors across all of your functions. And that just makes sure that the data going into the system is good and clean so that you don't have compounding issues with bad data. And then being able to personalize your payroll tax support so we can help navigate complex tax filings with our expert guidance and proactive compliance tools tailored to your business needs. In fact, one of the things with that is when you are a client of Greenshades using our payroll and HR and tax features, you actually get a dedicated tax representative to help support your account at all times to make sure that you can navigate any difficult challenges or any compliance issues that you have questions about. And then also being able to enhance the efficiency and accuracy of everything that you do, eliminating the manual processes and manual data entry. And that also really helps eliminate any potential errors. With an integrated and user-friendly solution like ours, you can help keep payroll operations running smoothly.
Michael, I think you bring up some great points here, especially coming out of year-end season, being able to e-file and handle your filing straight from the same system that you run payroll in is really helpful when it comes to such a busy time of the year.
Yeah, and that's a really good thing that you mentioned there too, because if you are having your payroll data accurate, for each pay run that you have, then when you get to your year-end data, because it's coming from that payroll data and was already accurate, that you're going to have the accuracies there. So it gives you that peace of mind and a nice flow to make sure that you don't have a challenging year-end. So let's talk a little bit about one of our customers that we have. Really, when we're looking at Coda Staffing, Greenshades actually partnered with them back in 2022, February of 2022. That's so about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago now, I guess. Sorry, it's 2025. Still getting used to that one. But really what we did is we kind of helped accelerate their growth with payroll and HR in the Greenshades cloud. And a couple of the challenges they ran into here is that while they were outsourcing their payroll with another provider, and that outsourcing helped them to grow their company, they had limited access to their payroll data and a lower visibility on the entire payroll process. One of the other things that they ran into is they have offices in multiple states, and the lack of visibility between their multiple locations made each of their locations tax compliance a challenge. And then one of the other key points that I really thought was huge is that employees did not have direct access to their pay stubs. And that meant that they had to request them directly from management. And this really kind of restricted the employees and required their admins to take time to retrieve and send their pay stubs to the employees. And that's kind of, they could have used more efficiently elsewhere. So with those challenges in mind, Greenshades came in and offered our entire platform to them for payroll, HR, and payroll tax. And with some of the solutions that we were able to do there, here's what we could do to help solve those challenges. So Coda now actually has improved visibility and better control of their payroll process. And in addition to that, Greenshades actually integrates with their new ERP system, which is Acumatica. And that helps streamline their overall operations by having those two systems work in harmony. And then Greenshades' approach to multi-state calculations helped eliminate manual processes and increase their accuracy and compliance for the company, which helps them operate in their multiple states and the multiple tax jurisdictions that they have with the peace of mind to know that we help them maintain compliance. And lastly, for the things that we talked about here, actually I have two. Coda's employees have easy access to their HR portal in Greenshades, their employee self-service, giving them direct visibility to their pay stubs, their 401k benefits, their regular benefits, their other HR documents, their time off, everything. So it really empowered their employees to take action that took a lot off of their admin's plate so that they could dedicate their time to more important tasks. And then finally, helping them optimize processes like payroll and bringing them in-house has really prepared Coda for continued growth and expansion. The time they previously spent on manual payroll and HR tasks are now spent on more strategic functions, like allowing them their management to focus on the bigger picture. And this case study is really good, and it's really comprehensive about how we were able to help them. We'll be sharing this in our event recap after the webinar is over, but I really recommend taking a look. It's a really great read. So let's talk a little bit more now about how having Greenshades work with Acumatica is going to help improve what you do as far as your processes for payroll and HR. So one of the things we're talking about here is a cloud-based payroll, HR, and tax solution. So that gives you access to be able to pull up, as you can see on the screen here, many different features and functions to help you customize your processes and make your operations run more efficiently on the payroll and HR side. And one of the things that we've stressed here, as you can see up on the top left of the screen, right above the employees section, there's a little drop-down menu that would give you access to multiple locations, all on the same platform and login, so that you can have unlimited EINs and unlimited locations and be able to drop those down and select those as an admin directly from one portal to make it really easy and seamless to switch between them so that you can keep everything in the right spot. When we take a look at our human resource management here, there are many different features that you can see on the screen, but you see them broken down into different categories. Greenshades platform offers a digital onboarding solution, a benefits administration piece that also includes ACA tracking and compliance, an employee self-service portal, which we've mentioned several times, time tracking for timesheets, as well as time off features that can handle accruals and time off requests, employee evaluations, certification management, and expense reporting, which also helps with many different features and functions that you can manage within payroll. And then lastly, an HR document library that allows you to house documents within Greenshades, deliver them to your employees via the self-service or email, and also create documents there so you can track and collect data. So a lot of different functions on the HR side that you might not be used to having currently with some of the features that you have with Acumatica. And then payroll processing. So really what we're talking about here is having an easy platform to be able to easily and seamlessly run your payroll and be able to have that done in an efficient manner and pay your employees out. And really it's broken down into 6 simple segments here to process payroll. You don't really see these on the screen, but I can go over them because I'm pretty familiar with it. So 6 easy steps: the employees, making sure the proper employees are there in the system; hours and earnings, making sure their time and hours are correct in there; benefits that are paid to the employees; deductions as far as like any benefits that they pay for; and then having any arrearages in case they need to catch up on anything for overpayments or anything like that; and then review and submit. It's really simple, as all the data is already in there from the hours and earnings standpoint and from the employee standpoint, and it matches up with your codes at Acumatica to be able to sync with your general ledger. So running payroll is a breeze. And then you're able to actually pay employees directly from your accounts with no float. So Greenshades doesn't touch your money, and we don't have self-imposed payroll deadlines. Talking about payroll taxes, which we've mentioned quite a few times during this presentation, Acumatica currently has a partnership with Atrix for tax filing. Greenshades payroll tax service is a part of our platform, so it actually pulls the payroll data directly to calculate the taxes. So being able to have that seamless under one roof integration between payroll and taxes really just makes the process much, much easier and much more accurate. You're able to actually file and pay your federal and state taxes directly through our payroll tax service platform. When you log into Greenshades, if you have any deadlines that are coming up for filing your payments, they'll be right there on the screen. And you can see here on the screen, we show all the different jurisdictions that we can offer. There's many that you can do. You can submit for any different state agencies, for federal taxes. We even do local municipalities for the calculations here in this right in the system. And you can set up for as many as you need for as many different locations or states that you operate in. And then once again, when you make the payments through Greenshades, we don't directly touch your funds. It's the same type of situation. So we tell you how to make the payments. We can make the payments on your behalf, but it uses your banking information so that the funds aren't passing through Greenshades so that you're in full control. Last thing I want to touch on as far as our platform goes is general ledger mapping. And with this, we can actually map all of our payroll data, tax data, so that when you're going back to account for your payments on the accounting side, it can be mapped directly to your GL. We do that during implementation. And it's also easy to adjust as you make changes to your GL dimensions or any other information that's there, any other fields. We have custom coding that we can put in case you need to do any type of job tracking or project accounting. We can actually account for that when we do the GL submissions so that you can make sure everything's taken care of. And you can see that all here on the screen where there's a lot of customization options that you can do to make sure that you're set up properly so that you have that great communication. We've talked about the employee self-service portal. Really, we're just giving an easy self-service access for your employees to access their pay history, their HR profile and information, make changes to that, like if they need to change their address or their direct deposit, they have easy access to do so. But even when they make changes, it actually sends the message over to your payroll administrators so that they can approve the changes so that you can make sure that the data stays accurate and there's not any changes that happen that shouldn't be happening. But it just makes it much easier than having your admin spend time entering data into the system themselves, going through, verifying, making sure it's accurate. The employee inputs that information and then they can review and change. So it empowers your employees to make the changes that they need to do. And that also includes being able to submit their time or do time off requests for vacation. They can make changes to their benefits during open enrollment periods, new hire, qualifying life events. There's a host of things that they can do here. It really just empowers your employees to do a lot of the admin work for your admins, and then they can just simply review and approve. So it frees up their time for more important tasks. So as a summarization, these are a lot of the things that we talked about here as far as what Greenshades can offer. So a full platform for payroll, human resources, benefits administration, tax and compliance, and time and labor management. We have many different options for you. And this is all configurable. So if you don't need everything that we show here on the screen, although I think that a lot of companies can benefit from all these pieces, reach out and talk to us. I'm happy to have a chat with you, assess what you're doing, and we can figure out which parts of the platform are best for you. And then key takeaways from everything that we've discussed here today. So we talked about how we help automate payroll processes using Greenshades to simplify the payroll processing whole kind of the whole process. So not just actually the payroll processing, but the pre-processing. So all the data that goes in, and then at the end of processing payroll, being able to simplify that by sending everything over to your general ledger. So that includes tax code updates and compliance across multiple jurisdictions, reducing manual errors and enhancing overall your efficiency and giving you more time and peace of mind. And then we also talked about enhancing your compliance, making sure that you're compliant with federal, state, and local labor laws, including state-specific paid sick leave, minimum wage, and overtime requirements, all through an automated system like Greenshades. And then being able to optimize your Acumatica solution. The integration that we have in Acumatica gives you a flexible and intuitive payroll and HR and tax solution that actually gives you seamless integration, bi-directional communication, and it is able to help you enhance your compliance and efficiency and give you a modern solution that helps you improve your processes. So if you have any questions about any of this, please reach out. We'd love to talk with you a little more about these. And as just an overall thank you, we just want to say thank you so much for spending 30 minutes with us today. Hopefully you got some good information out of it. And if you have any other questions or you'd like to see a personalized demo, please contact us today. You can speak directly with me if you'd like. You could also reach out to sales@greenshades.com, and we'd be happy to point you in the right direction and tell you more about what we can offer and learn more about your processes. You could also visit us online at go.greenshades.com to view our website, take a look at some of the solutions that we offer, see some of our case studies, and many other things. Thanks once again, everyone, for joining, and I hope you have a great day.
And Michael, before we hop off, we did have a question that came through. I think you may answer this during the presentation some. It was what are the integration points with Acumatica? And I think you covered it a little with the GL piece and the employee sync.
Yes. So we're able to integrate fully on the HR side as well with a lot of our solutions. So we're able to sync up for employee records and put that into Acumatica. We're also able to pull that information from Acumatica initially during implementation. And there are many things that we can do as far as the GL integration as well to make sure that you have that seamless communication between the two systems. Hopefully that answers your question, but if you'd like more information, please reach out. We're happy to help.
Awesome. And then we just had one other question. Does AI support the automation using streamlining meeting compliance and other regulations? If so, how?
So you said, does AI support that? Is that correct?
AI, yes.
Okay, yeah. That's something we'd have to look a little bit more in detail with. We do some operations that can help with that, but we need to understand the scope of what your question is. Would love to chat with you about that. Please send us an email and we can kind of dig into that a little bit further. But there are some available options there, and of course, we're always developing and improving our platform. So, and with AI being such a big piece of what's going on in the tech world these days, I think that's potentially something that could be we could expand upon in the future.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael. I think that wraps up our questions for today. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week.
Thanks, Jerica. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Hope to talk with you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.